No homework, cheap beer, and nearly no tuition? Do these things sound good to you? Today we're going to talk about the things that shocked me when I came to Germany as a college student. Hello and grüß Gott. Welcome to my channel. I am Tom, representing Milwaukee, Wisconsin, currently living in beautiful Bavaria, Germany. So I would just ask you, if you like this video, give me a fist bump as a like, and please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content as well. So let's get right into it. What are the things that shocked me as a college student in Germany? The first thing that I can remember noticing is how well the people are dressed. And I'm talking especially about guys. You'll see guys dress up in real nice sweaters, skinny jeans, nice scarves, and the women too are dressed to impress. You won't see people walking around in leggings or yoga gear or leisure, things like that. People dress up a bit nicer over here in Europe. Okay, the second big thing that shocked me has to do with chaperones and supervisors. You won't see those here in Germany. So when I was going to school in America, in Milwaukee, we had on each level of the dorms an RA, a resident advisor. And the job of the resident advisor was to do his or her best to make sure that the students behave themselves. Well, you don't have any of that here. And you even have vending machines in the basement where you can put in a couple of coins and get yourself beers. Now, I think this has something to do with the discipline of the German folk, because kids already get experience drinking alcohol when they're just 15 or 16 years old. They can drink beer, and at 18 years old, then they can drink liquor. So by the time they make it to college, they've already experienced and experimented with alcohol. All right, another thing that I noticed that I found a bit strange was that people do a lot of smoking here in Germany. Also, students do a lot of smoking. You'll even see cigarette vending machines outside. So you can just put some coins in and you can show your ID and get cigarettes. So that's made quite easy over here. Considering how healthy Germany otherwise is, this was quite a shocker to me. All right, let's get more into the meat of it. What really shocked me from the education standpoint is the learning culture and how they do the classes and the homework and the quizzes and the tests. So I am used to getting homework every day in America. I was used to getting quizzes normally once a week or every 2 weeks in my classes. I was accustomed to getting 3 big tests during the semester. And in Germany, that's not the case. They also expect you to be very disciplined and to learn the material on your own without homework, without quizzes, and without big tests in between. You do have one big test at the end of the semester, and that is where you have to study for days on end to make sure that you pass that test with flying colors, because this test makes up the majority of your grade. Of course, you do have labs, you do have lab write-ups to do, and sometimes you get homework and a test in between, but it's just not nearly as often. And this, for me, was a huge shocker. I suddenly had a lot more time, but on top of that, I needed to be disciplined myself in learning the material. All right, something else that really shocked me was the fact that college is nearly free in Germany. It's not completely free. There are some administrative fees. When I went, I had to pay, I think it was 200 or 300 euros per semester. So it costs you a little something, but not nearly what it costs in America. In America, I paid about $3,000 per semester at a public school, and I paid $10,000 a semester at a private school. So huge difference here. I came out of college with just a mountain of debt, and in Germany, that's not the case. And what else is helpful is that in Germany, you don't need to buy expensive textbooks. The teachers mostly teach out of their own notes in folders like these. They will just write their notes over the course of a few years and teach all those notes. And the students write down the relevant notes themselves. So this saves you an additional, I would say, $500 to $800 a semester just on books. Another thing that kind of shocked me here when I was going to college is that I would see some students who had been here for 5, 6, 7, even 8 years still studying for a bachelor's, or in German called a Diplom back then. And the reason for this is because the tuition is so cheap. So you could just keep going to college if you needed to repeat courses, or if you're not really in any rush. I mean, college is fun. Another thing that I noticed while going to college over here is that while parking is still a problem, I mean, there's still kind of a lack of space for parking. A lot of people bike to school. You would never see that in America, or at least where I went to college. People didn't bike to college. And so this saves a lot of parking spaces. All right, something else that you might find shocking from an American standpoint is that in Germany, you don't have any sororities, you don't have any fraternities, and therefore you don't have these huge mega parties. You don't see people streaking through the streets. Do you know what streaking is? That's when you take off all your clothes and run naked around. You don't see any of that here in Germany. It's probably also because of the drinking culture in Germany. So have any of you studied abroad? If so, write down in the comment section down below, what did you think was strange about studying in Germany, in Europe, or otherwise studying over in America if you are a German yourself? Please write down below in the comment section. And until next time, I say Pfiat euch and ciao.